Good morning, everyone. I know that I have kind of been a little MIA over like part of December and January. I just took a little bit of time off. I had 2 kids to look after and just like life kind of got hectic as it usually does over like Christmas and New Year's. So I just took a little bit of time off just to spend it like with family and all that sort of stuff. And if you guys have been following me on TikTok and Instagram, you guys know that I went away in January and have just gotten back from that. So I kind of had in my head that like I would start coming back, you know, around February, just to give myself all of January off. I do have quite a few videos to finish editing and also get up for you guys, and some very exciting things coming this year. But today's video, we are doing February's TBR video. Can't believe we're already up to February. That is crazy, and I cannot wait for you guys to see my reading wrap up. And yes, I have changed my hair. I'm obsessed with the wispy bangs. I absolutely love them. So without further ado, grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's get into today's TBR. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do before we get into a spinning wheel that I have done with like Valentine's Day in mind. But the first book that I want to add, because I do have the second book in this series, I suppose, on my radar of releases, and it comes out on the 26th of this month. So the first book that I've got is First Time Caller by BK Borison, because like I said, the second book, which I think is called And Now Back to You, comes out on the 26th. So I want to read this before that so that I can read that. So, and I also think this would be perfect for Valentine's Day specifically as well. So that's book 1. Now, like you guys know, I also am really wanting to get down my physical TBR, and I have a 26 books of 2026, so like priority reads for 2026 as well, which I think I've put a video up on that already. If not, it'll be coming soon. I think it's edited and ready to go. I just haven't posted it yet. I also have my 26 books of 2026 that I have. So what I'm going to do first is I think we're going to go through let's do the spinning wheel first and then see where that gets us. I do have 3 books that I haven't read off my TBR yet, but we still have like a week left of January. So when I'm currently filming this, I like to film my reading wrap-ups like a couple of days after, so that way I have like the first of every month just to finish off any books that I was reading in January. So let's get into the spinning wheel first. Because I only have 1 new release that I have my eye on for February. I think last month I did 6 prompts, or I pulled 6 books out of the jar because I had like 4 books that I had my eye on. I haven't read all of them. I read one and I didn't like it. You will see it in an upcoming video. But yes, so let's do the first spin, shall we? Okay, so spin number 1. A spicy retelling. Okay, I have the perfect one in mind for that, and it is Wicked Beauty by Katee Robert, because this is a spicy modern retelling of Achilles, Patroclus, and Helen of Troy. So, and that also adds to my wanting to get through series. And I also believe that this one is on my 26 books of 2026 as well. Yes, this is also on my 26 books of 2026. So I will read you the back quickly. She was never ours to claim. In Olympus, you either have the power to rule or you are ruled. Achilles Callus may have been born with nothing, but as a child he vowed he would claw his way into the poisonous city's inner circle. Now that a coveted role has opened to anyone with the strength to claim it, he and his partner Patroclus Photis plan to compete and double their odds of winning. Neither expect infamous beauty Helen Casos to be part of the prize, or the complicated fire that burns the moment she looks their way. Zeus may have decided Helen is his to give away, but she has her own plans. She enters a competition as a middle finger to the meddling 13 rulers, effectively vying for her own hand in marriage. Unfortunately, there are those who would rather see her dead than leading the city. The only people she can trust are the ones she can't keep her hands off of, Achilles and Patroclus. But can she really believe that they have her best interests at heart when every stolen kiss is a battlefield? I have put this on the TBR multiple times to read, and I do want to get through the rest of the series. So this is definitely high up on the priority of what I want to read. So I've just hidden that slice. So let's spin again. Opposites attract. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit of hunting for this. Oh, that could be a good one. Soul of a Witch by Harley Laroux. I actually think that would be perfect. If you don't know what the Souls trilogy is, essentially it's like they're all like demonic romances. So like humans and demons kind of end up getting together is kind of the thing. But this is a witch and a demon. So I feel like that's very like opposites attract. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would be opposites attract. So I'll read you the back of this because this is another one. This is the last book in the series that I need to read, and then this series is complete for me. So I'm eager to finish this as well. And this is another one that's on the 26 books of 2026 as well. So I want to get as many of those books done as I can. So I'll read you the back of this one quickly. After millennia, a demon god killer finally claims the witch who has been haunting his dreams in this dark romantic thriller by TikTok sensation Harley Laroux. This is Everly. I am the servant of a merciless God. I am the daughter of its preacher. All my life, my power has been controlled by others. They raised me to be meek and stifled my magic, but no more. A brutal murder led me to discover a mysterious house full of magic and the ancient, powerful demon within. He says my power can change the world, that I can kill the evil creature I once worshipped, but at what cost? Callum. For 2,000 years, I've been alone, slaughtering fallen gods as I searched for the witch who has haunted my dreams, begging for my help. Now that I've found her, I will protect her with my life. But when the fates of earth, heaven, and hell hang in the balance, not even her soul is safe from destruction. If a choice must be made, I'll let the world burn if it means having her as my own. Like, I love that. That gave me goosebumps, tingles reading the last little bit. So super excited for that because I do, like I said, want to finish off this series. I don't know how many we're going to put on considering I've read like 13 books this month. So maybe we'll do like 8. Let's do 8. We're going to do another spin. Valentine's Day setting. Now, I don't actually know when any of these take part around Valentine's Day, but my physical TBR has like really dwindled down. Let me do some Googling because I do have like so much less on my physical TBR now that I could probably find some on Kindle. So let me just see if I can find one that is like set around Valentine's Day or has like a really strong Valentine's Day theme, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I found the perfect book because I read the Christmas version of this. It's part of ML Philpitt's Twisted Holidays. There's like 5 books. I read Silent Night by him around Christmas last year, and I think that this one would be awesome. If you could see, it's called Be Mine by ML Philpitt. That's what the cover looks like. They're really short novellas, I'll show you. They call them novellas, but I would call them like a novelette because they don't go with like another series, but like this is how short they are. So they're like very, very tiny, very, very quick reads. I can get it on Kindle Unlimited. So, and I just think that would be awesome. So I will read you the synopsis. People assume gifts and flowers are the way into their girls' hearts, but they're wrong. It's all about bearing your soul and proving your obsession. That it's not only about owning their heart, but the rest of them too. My obsession began with my pen pal, whose letters became my entire world while locked behind bars. Then she visited and I was a goner. She becomes my sweetheart, my newest fixation, my everything. Until on Valentine's Day, she ends our relationship through another letter and forces me to be without her. 1 year later, I'm free and ready to prove how I'm the man meant to protect, cherish, and love her. Sweetheart, I'm back. That sounds super interesting and I'm very excited to read that. So I've already downloaded that onto my Kindle to read that. So that's book number 3 that was set around Valentine's Day. All right, let's spin again. Spinning again. I already hid that slice. Love letter or messages. I know like love letter to whiskey is a thing. I really don't have a lot of physical books on my TBR, which is crazy. Can I get love letter to whiskey on Kindle Unlimited is the question. I can get it because I know a love letter to whiskey. I don't know if they actually have letters, but like it's kind of in the thing. I mean, I've heard reviews on it and I just don't think it'll be my cup of tea. So actually, do you know what might be a good one? And I know I did put Emily McIntire on January's TBR, but I know that this is supposed to be like a Juliet and Romeo and Juliet retelling. So maybe that works because yeah. So maybe that works. So Burning Daylight by Emily McIntire. I think this one will be good because it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling, reimagining. So I feel like that would be perfect because we all know what the story is like with Romeo and Juliet. And literally their characters' names are Juliet and Roman. So I'll read you the back. I think this one will be perfect. I'll read you the back. Some loves are powerful enough to rewrite history. Juliet Calloway lives in a world of luxury, legacies, and lies. The daughter of Rosebrook Falls most powerful family. Her life is a well-crafted performance and she's tired of being polished to perfection. Roman Montgomery doesn't exist, not officially anyway. He's a shadow, a hidden weapon, the secret heir to an empire soaked in danger and generations-old feud. When their paths cross, sparks fly. No names, no past, just reckless smiles and a chemistry neither of them can shake. Roman is charming, mysterious, and infuriatingly flirty, and Juliet, she's simply his. When Roman is called back to claim his place in the Montgomery Empire, the truth crashes down. Their families are sworn enemies, and Roman's very existence is a threat. Their love isn't just forbidden, it's impossible. Now every kiss feels like a betrayal, every stolen moment is a risk, and in a town built on secrets and blood, their passion might just be the most dangerous thing of all. That sounds super interesting. And can we also just like take a moment, like how stunning is this cover? It's like the Beneath the Stars, the Sugar Lake series. Their covers are absolutely beautiful. So that's book number 5. I don't think that one's on my 26th of 2026. But we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 already from my 26th of 2026. So that makes me really happy. Okay, hiding that slice. So we technically have 6 already on the TBR because I added the other 2, but we've just done 4 on the wheel. So let's do 4 more from the wheel. Spinning again. Fairy tale romance. Okay. I had one in mind for this and I can't remember what it was. Fairy tale romance, fairy tale romance. What was that? I think I was thinking about doing a reread, and it's an Emily McIntire book as well. One of the Never After series, because they're all like retellings of fairy tales. So I'm thinking of doing one of those. Maybe I do Wretched because that was my favorite in the series and it would be nice to do that one, like to reread that. So for a fairy tale romance, we're going to do Wretched because this is like a Wizard of Oz reimagining / retelling. So I think that would work. Even though I know it's not super fairy tale. I mean, I could do Hooked, which is Peter Pan. That's definitely very fairy tale, but we'll go with this because it's like that childhood story sort of thing. I'll read you the back. A woman can be great and terrible too. Evelina Westerly has always been the bad guy. As the brains, brawn, and botanist behind her family's drug empire, she's her father's ruthless secret weapon. After a one-night stand with a gorgeous man at a nightclub, she's sated her urges and is back to her criminal ways. That is until the same man shows up as the new Westerly lackey under a totally different name. But Nicholas Wordsworth's real secret is much more dangerous than an alias. He's an undercover DEA agent and he's hellbent on destroying the drug trade that devastated his family. Evelina embodies everything he's against, and he's been sent here to be her downfall. Yet, the more they learn about the darkness in each other's hearts, the more alike they seem. And when hatred turns into something more, Nicholas will have to decide whether he can love a wretched woman, even if it means bringing both of their lives to ruin. I loved this book, so I'm very excited to reread this one, that's for sure. So that's 5. Let's do 3 more. I've hidden that slice. We're spinning again. A meet cute. Okay. That means we've got to find a book that has like a little meet cute moment. I can't think of any of those ones off the top of my head that have like a meet cute moment. Okay, interesting. Let's do that. Apparently this has a meet cute moment in it, which is a dark romance about serial unalivers. So that's kind of interesting. I think this might be on my 26th of 2026 as well. Yes, it is. So I love that. The more I can get off my 26th of 2026, I'd be really happy with. So let's go with this one. Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. I will read you the back. It says, every serial killer needs a friend. Every game must have a winner. When a chance encounter sparks an unlikely bond between rival murderers, Sloane and Rowan, the two find something elusive, the friendship of a like-minded, pitch-black soul stalking across the country. The two hunters collide in an annual game of blood and suffering, one that pits them against the most dangerous monsters in the country. But as their friendship develops into something deeper, the restless ghosts left in their wake are only a few steps behind, ready to claim more than just their newfound romance. Can Rowan and Sloane dig themselves out of a game of graves, or have they finally met their match? I don't really have any opinions on this right now. I've heard some very mixed reviews on it. Some people absolutely love it. Some people absolutely hate it. That's why it's on my 26th of 2026. So I can decide if I want to read the series or DNF the series. So that's book number 6. We're hiding that slice. We're going to do 2 more spins. A romantic thriller. I don't know if I have like an actual romantic thriller. Maybe this one. Let me just do a quick Google. Okay, I thought so. We're gonna do Verity by Colleen Hoover, because this is a romantic thriller and I've heard really great things about this book. I think this book is actually signed as well. Yeah, but I don't think it's like a printed on version, but it's like a special edition version from Kmart. Oh, it's got the signature on the front. That's interesting. But yeah, I've heard that this book is really, really great and kind of has like 2 endings and you get to like pick which one you believe. So I will read you the back, or I'll read you the synopsis. It says, Lowen Ashley is a struggling writer on the brink of financial ruin when she accepts the job offer of a lifetime. Jeremy Crawford, husband of best-selling author Verity Crawford, has hired Lowen to complete the remaining books in a successful series his injured wife is unable to finish. Lowen arrives in the Crawford home ready to sort through years of Verity's notes and outlines, hoping to find enough material to get her started. What Lowen doesn't expect to uncover in the chaotic office is an unfinished autobiography Verity never intended for anyone to read. Page after page of bone-chilling admissions, including Verity's recollection of the night their family was forever altered. Lowen decides to keep the manuscript hidden from Jeremy, knowing its contents would devastate the already grieving father. But as Lowen's feelings for Jeremy begin to intensify, she recognizes all of the ways she could benefit if he were to read his wife's words. After all, no matter how devoted Jeremy is to his injured wife, a truth this horrifying could make it impossible for him to continue loving her. That would be interesting. And apparently this has a never before seen epilogue. I did buy this a couple of years ago, so people have probably seen it before, but this obviously has like an extra chapter in it, which is exciting. So I am excited to read that. This will probably be one of the first books that I read for this month because I've been reading a lot of romance, romantasy, fantasy, all that sort of stuff. So that is for our romantic thriller. I've hidden that slice. Let's do one more. Romantic revenge plot. Okay, romantic revenge plot. Oh, do I put that on? Because that's kind of that already. I know that this is technically on the TBR for January, but I haven't read it yet. And it fits with that really, really well. It's Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. Yeah, this fits really perfectly for that prompt and I haven't read it yet. And like I said, I've got 3 books left on the TBR for this month. Well, physically. I think we take this one off January's and put it on February's because that would just make life a lot easier for me. So I'll read you the back, even though if you guys watched January's TBR picking video, you'd know already, but I'll read it anyway. It says, who am I? I've forgotten the answer to that question long ago. Ever since I ran from that house, so desperate to escape, I left with only the clothes on my back and socks on my feet. After that day, I've only ever walked in stolen shoes. Could I be a girl who was searching for the meaning of life in faceless men? They were all so forgettable until he came along. He took me under a waterfall and made me forget my name, and in return, I took his instead. Enzo Vitali, an enigmatic man that will only ever love the deep sea, or rather the predators that inhabit it. Turns out he's not so different than the monsters he feeds. He lured me onto his boat like a fish in the ocean, seeking vengeance for my crime. Had I realized his intentions and that a massive storm would leave us shipwrecked, I would have ran. Now I'm a girl who's seeking refuge in a decrepit lighthouse with a man who loathes me almost as much as he craves me. He wants to hurt me, but the old caretaker of the abandoned island may have intentions far more sinister. It's no longer a question of who am I, but rather will I survive? So I am very, very eager to read this book. I just haven't gotten around to it yet this month. That is book number 8 from the spinning wheel, and then we obviously have, you know, the couple. We've got 10 books on the TBR, including my new release that I'm looking forward to and the one I downloaded on my Kindle. So I'm happy with that. Okay, let's quickly do a rapid fire of my TBR for this month. So we obviously have And Now Back to You by BK Borison, because I also want to read this one, First Time Caller by BK Borison as well. So they're the first 2. However, first And Now Back to You doesn't come back out until the 26th of February. So I'll obviously read this one first and then read And Now Back to You. Then we have Wicked Beauty by Katee Robert, which was a retelling, I think was the prompt that we got for that. And then we have Opposites Attract, which we picked Soul of a Witch by Harley Laroux. Super excited for that one as well, and to also be ticked off with that series as well. Then we have Love Letters or Messages, and we picked Burning Daylight by Emily McIntire because the Romeo and Juliet retelling, reimagining, so it gives that vibe. even though there might not be letters and love letters and messages in there, it's, you know, one of those things. We also got the prompt of set around Valentine's Day, and we picked, I think it's Be Mine by M.L. Philpott. Let me double check. Yes, Be Mine by M.L. Philpott. Then we got a fairy tale romance, and we picked Wretched by Emily McIntire because this is a retelling or reimagining of The Wizard of Oz. So picked that one for that. Then we got a meet cute, so a book that has a meet cute in it, and after looking on Goodreads and Google, it said Butcher and Blackbird did by Brynne, so we picked that for that. And then we got a romantic thriller, and I picked Verity after looking on Goodreads and stuff as well. It says that Verity by Colleen is a romantic thriller. And then for the last one we picked, which was romantic revenge story, we picked Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton, because from reading the back of it, it's definitely a romantic revenge. So, okay, so that is the end of today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you guys plan to read for February, and also let me know how your January reading went as well. And if you don't already follow me on TikTok and Instagram, they'll be linked on the screen as well as in the description box below as well. I'm currently doing 75 booked over there, so if you want to follow along every day to see how I'm going. I haven't posted for a few days because I did just go away and didn't have the capacity to like film, edit and everything while I was away. So I filmed a lot, so like I just need to edit them and get them up. So we'll be about a week in advance now, which is ideal for me. But if you don't already follow me over there, go check that out. If you want any annotated books by me, head over to my Etsy shop. It's Commentary Corner, again linked on the screen and in the description box below as well. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, comment down below what you want to see from me this month and this year. And that is it. I will see you in the next video. Bye. Mwah.